Imagine you are building a house. You got the permits, the materials, and even the workers. But right when you start pouring the foundation, a group of neighbors, founded by someone you don't even know, shows up every single day to block your drive-through. But eventually, you will run out of money, and the house never gets built. Now, multiply this by a billion, and you have one of the most complex economic problem that India has ever faced for the last 2 decades. We talk a lot about inflation and unemployment, but today I want to talk about economic subversion. For example, a few years ago, a landmark report by the Intelligence Bureau highlighted a startling issue. Foreign funded NGOs were actually organizing protests to stall these massive infrastructure projects. The economic cost of this was like the report estimated that these orchestrated delays by affecting the 2 to 3% of GDP growth of the country per year. So, how did we get here? To understand that, we have to look back at the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, or FCRA. This was originally passed in 1976 to stop foreign money from interfering in Indian politics. But when India opened out its economy in 1999, the flow of foreign funds into the economic sector exploded. By the late 2000s, there were thousands of NGO receiving billions of dollars. And honestly, the system was incredibly porous. Uh, there was almost zero transparency regarding the ultimate beneficiary of that money. So, funds intended for social welfare were often being diverted. At the same time, they were used for massive administration overheads, intense lobbying, and activism that directly targeted Indians' development act. So it essentially created an unwanted parallel economy. So this exact economic leak, the FCRA Amendment Bill of 2020 was designed to plug in. Implementing a financial dragnet of this size requires strict timeline. Over the first few years, the government forced thousands of NGO to open centralized accounts and indicate with that digital tracking portal as well. So subsequent phases involved as deep auditing also to weed out dormant and non-compliant organization as well. So if I am being a candidate over here, there are pros and cons in this. The biggest issue will be the chilling effect on genuine charity work. Small legitimate NGOs who are doing really good work in healthcare or education system will suddenly faces massive compliance costs. Also bureaucratic red tape here. Some might have to shut down because they can't afford the legal help to navigate the rules, or additionally there will be diplomatic barrier as well. Some Western country view this as strict regulations as a crackdown on civil society, which can occasionally create cracks in international relations as well. So if I wrap this up, when we look at this amendment through economic lens, the picture will become clear. Foreign aid is absolutely valuable, but unregulated foreign capital system is actually a civil liability. So FCRA bill is ultimately about economic risk management, to be honest, by ensuring that every foreign dollar is used constructive development. It's not an issue. Rather than obstructive barriers, it's actually a good thing.